Gigi. Hi, Regina. Hi, everyone. Hello, hello. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I'm so happy it's Friday. Y'all just don't know. Ooh, this week was something. It was something else. Seriously. So, before we get started, I want to make sure that you guys can hear me okay. So let me know if my audio is good. Would you please? I really appreciate it. I'm gonna come on over here. Gigi, you're traveling. Where are you going? I'm gonna come over here and see what is happening over here on my channel. What is happening? Hello, everyone. Come on in. Audio is great. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. How was your week? How was your Friday? Was it like last week was for me? Like we kept having Wednesday over and over and over again. I am so very happy. I want to come over here right quick. I want to make sure that everything is done over here. Okay. Okay, good, good. Oh my gosh. So I need to go get me some water. I forgot to get it. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get me some water. Hello, everybody who's coming on. Thank you for joining me today. I Y'all know I have been busy in the backgrounds planning things, but I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get me some water. You've been busy working in your flower beds and vegetable garden. It's been hot, girl. Yeah, it has been pretty hot here. Also, today wasn't bad though. They said it was gonna be like in the 80s. I'm sorry, y'all. It said it was going to be like in the 80s, but I don't believe it was that hot today. And it was very breezy. So it wasn't bad today. It looks like it is about to rain soon. I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow. So, but yes, being out in, oh, I don't know about the flower bed. We're supposed to be outside and be outside and doing some things, but I haven't been back outside since Saturday, Sunday. So I have to get back out there because it is a hot mess. But Gigi, sis, I saw your girl. I know it's too early to be yarning. My intentions were to come here and take a nap. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm tired. This week has been something. But my intentions were to come on and take a nap and then be up. That didn't happen because I went to go vote today. And when I got off of work, and it was a line. It was a line, but looked like they had been busy all day. So I went to do my early voting, and then I came home, ate me a quick bite, and yeah, started getting ready for this. So yes, but I saw your email about the um what it is, the outdoor living spaces collaboration. You know, I wasn't going to do it. I mean, because I had so much going on, I wasn't going to do it. But you guys have been asking me about it. Was like, when is it? And I probably had like 4 other people ask me, and I was like, okay, girl, we're gonna do it. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put out the details next week, and we'll get everything done. My initially I said I wanted to do it by Memorial Day. So y'all know we ain't gonna make Memorial Day in it's 8 days, so that's not gonna happen. But we can do something and have it kind of ready by like mid-June. So I'll put everything out if you haven't already started. Yeah, so I saw your thing. When I saw your message this morning, I was like, you know what? Okay, that's a confirmation because I'm like, literally, you may have been the fourth or the fifth person to ask me, Juani, when is it? Are you doing it? So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So you will see on the video coming up that I say I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna have time. But yeah, I'm gonna do it. So hi Donna. Hey Robin, how you doing? Yes, Regina, I always vote. I know I've had a lot of people in my family who marched and died and did everything so that we could vote. So yes, I make sure that I vote. I even have memories of going to the voting poll with my great granddad and watching him vote. So it was really instilled in me. So yes, I did do that today. So I am done until November. So I am going to go. Good evening, Karen. I'm gonna go get me some water right quick, and then I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go to the game room. I'll be right back. All right. All right. So let me see what I missed. Okay, Karen said good evening. Good evening, Karen. Good evening. All right. So, I want to thank you all mm, for joining me tonight. I figured this will be a really good topic, and once again, once we get into it, if you guys want to come up, I will put the link down, and you guys can definitely come on and join me. I would love to have you as part of my panel. Well, one thing that I do want to say about tonight is regarding us in the Playhouse and coming in on Friday nights. I'm trying to think of like topics and things that I think that hey Maditra, girl, and you know I was looking for you. Thank you for coming. I try to think of topics and things that I think are relevant to hey Sunny Day, relevant to what may be going on in our lives, things that we may be experiencing as women, women over 40, just women issues, period. And I know a lot of you guys are single, newly divorced, trying to get back out there again. And some of us are married, some of us are happily married, some of us are not. We found out we talked about that, hit on that a little bit last week in last week's conversation. But at the end of the day, we're all women and we need an outlet. And sometimes, we just need to talk our feelings out and and try to like decipher everything that's going on. So with all that being said, I put out a PSA. I was to put out like a casting call, if you will, on my community tab, and I was telling you guys about some ideas that I had and some people the certain type of the demographic I'm looking for some topics that I have that would be great for those of you who are divorced and dated again, or some of you guys who are newly single and not quite ready, and you just have all these different thoughts and emotions and trying to figure out how to navigate through this out there in the arena again. And some of us who are like married topics, relationship type topics, dealing with issues in your relationship, even your marriage, or you're dating somebody, just things. And so I am like really excited because, okay, first, the next couples retreat is coming next month. I think the date, I think it's June 24th. I need to look to make sure. So I have the couples lined up, and I'm already working on volume 3. So the third one will probably be in the end of July or the beginning of August. So I have people already who wanted to come on, and the men, the couples with the men, the husbands, all of the husbands are so down because they want to come on here. Now, some of them you guys I know you have probably seen the wives. So just to kind of see the men in the background, and they always trying to chime in. So that one is planned. So 3 is coming, I think June 24th, I believe. And I need to, and that's a tentative date because I'm waiting on one couple to confirm that. And then I'm planning for July. That will be like July and August. I want to kind of do it like every other month or something like that if I can. But we just going to see. Okay, so that's one. Okay, so I'm really excited about that one. And so the other thing is, for all my single women, my single girlfriends, you're getting out there again trying to get your feet wet. And we always trying to figure out, y'all ask me questions I can't answer about, like, where to meet single men and what men want, things that you've encountered while you're out there trying to meet people. And I asked for a panel. I put a request out there. Your ages, what I said, I think like 45 older. You wanted to appear on the panel with me, and I was looking for men and women. So I got women who was like, yes. Now, like my one of my friends, he says, Juani, really? There's no straight men watching you trying to figure out how to decorate. I say, why not? Everybody likes me. Why can't they be straight and like me? And he was like, no, that's not happening. But so I reached out. I had my sister reach out to a couple of our friends who we know are single, and I reached out to one of my friends. I have known him like forever. And he was like, I will come on there. He's the one who said no men don't watch me. He said, I will definitely come on there because he is newly single, and we talk about all the time about the pitfalls that he has run into with women, meeting women everywhere. He's like, I've met him in the grocery store. I've met him at the gas station. I've met them online through dating sites. And he was like, I just don't know. And so I have them. They are ready to talk, y'all. I mean, the men are ready to talk. So I'm going to have, and I have a couple of women who responded to my request. And so I'm getting that together now. Fingers crossed, I can do this next Friday. So everything just started coming together like the last 2 days, 2 or 3 days. The women y'all with no problem responding. Yes, I want to be a part of it. The men, on the other hand, I was like, okay, I know Chris wasn't telling the truth. So I got some single men, and they range, their profession range. It's there's some of them are blue collar, some of them are white collar, and they're all very intellectually astute. And I just think the conversation is going to be rocking. So you're going to be able to come on here, ask questions, come on and interact with them, and we're going to see how all this comes together. Because I think since we'll have like people and they're like different, and their experience and everything is different, we'll be able to get a broader knowledge about how they think. Because y'all know, that whole saying men are from Venus, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Yeah, that mess is true. That is so true. So those are the two main things that I have coming up, that I have planned in the book. And matter of fact, I have two guys for the next panel dealing with relationships and dating. They already on standby because I wanted to make sure that I had four people, including myself, and then I still needed to have a box open so you guys can pop in and out. 4 or 5, so that's 6. So yes. So yeah, so that is all that is happening over here so far. So I'm very excited about that. If you can't tell, I am really excited about that because I feel like now we can probably get some insight. And so some of them are, one of them is, see, two of them are here. One is from Miami, so he's here now, but he lives in Miami, so he travels. The other one is in Alabama. One is here in Atlanta, and two are here in Atlanta. So yeah, so it's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. All right, so that's all the things I have to tell you guys about coming up that are coming up. So if I can get everyone scheduled for it on Friday, you guys will begin seeing stuff about it on the community tab, and I'll bring it up for my upcoming videos. So yes, I am very, very excited about. Okay, hey Art Cooper, hey Shakita. So let's get on today's topic. So today's topic was actually one. Hey girl, how you doing, Bobby Collie? How you doing? Today's topic is actually one that I was talking about when I was talking to my friend Chris. And one of the things that we were talking about amongst all of his dating mishaps and everything is like women, not only women, people coming into relationships with baggage, and people not knowing that you are still carrying your bags. You still carrying your bags. You haven't unpacked any of these things. Everything is kind of suppressed. So regardless if you have like baggage with like your past mate, things that happened that didn't go right, and you take that into the new relationship, you have or even baggage that may have started from you when you were a kid. It could have been like mommy issues, daddy issues, all types of like dysfunction, because we all have like dysfunction in some type of way in our family, and how we bring that over into our relationships, and then how do we navigate through things. So there are things that we may suppress, and then there's things that happen that are triggers that brings up the baggage. So that's what I wanted to talk about, like some. And so the baggage that started our conversation when we were talking, it was about the women that he would meet, and they would say they wanted a guy that was vulnerable, and then they would say vulnerable, and then they would say they wanted a guy that was supportive, and and then when he would display all of those types of things, his vulnerability, they would take it as they would see it as a weakness. And so then it always triggered something with him in with his past relationship that he got out of 2 years ago, because she took his vulnerability as a weakness, and she kind of like just went amok with it over like all the years that they were together, and she kind of used it against him. And so he was like, why? And then he went and was in another relationship, and it wasn't that, but it always led back to that other relationship, because when he would see glimpses of different personality traits in another person, it automatically triggered him back to that one, and his whole attitude would change because he went on defense mode. And so there's a lot of things, especially like when you are married. A lot of people, I hear people say, a lot of my single friends who have never been married, they would say, you're doing a great job. This is a good Friday get together. Thank you, Sunny Day. Thank you. When I hear my single friends would say, "Oh, you don't understand because you're married, or you're this." Don't think just because a person is married that everything is all roses, and everything isn't roses all the time. And so, like I said before, there have been times where I didn't like Mr. B. I ain't want to talk to him, whatever. He's peed me off or whatever. And there have been times I know he was like, I can't stand her. At the end of the day, you decide how you want to navigate the difficulties. But just because you have a ring or whatever does not mean that you do not encounter any hard times. So I wanted us all to get together and talk about like our baggage. We have to talk about it. We need to figure out where it comes from. You got daddy issues, mommy issues that you took over to your relationship. If you did, how did you overcome it? Because a lot of things we hold on to and we don't realize we holding on to things, and then they fester up in us. And I wholeheartedly believe that all that brings on illnesses and things like that. Just, yeah, I do, because and at the end of the day, the only person who is being hurt is you. The person who you're mad at and whose bags you're carrying, they don't know nothing about that. That they have gone on, have not thought about it. So I want us to today, we're gonna release all the bags, wherever it came from. We're gonna release it, and it's gonna be a done deal. I remember, I don't know if it was a show or something where everybody, I don't know if they had a bag or something they did, but they did a ceremony, and I think they burnt the bags, they burnt something, and in the bags were like these notes. And so on the notes, the little papers, whatever it was that you were carrying in your bag was in there, and you burnt it. I think either burnt it, or I believe you burnt it. And so it was something like that. It was some type of metaphorical type like ceremony or whatever. So I'm like, this is what I want to do. We're gonna burn our bags tonight. So what I want us to do is to just, y'all know, like I always say, this is a free space. There's no judgment here. We're girlfriends. Y'all all over here at my house. We downstairs in the living room. I ain't got no wine for you. Got a bottle of water tonight, but and we just chatting. We chatting just like girlfriends, like we do. So what I'm gonna do is I am once again going to put the link down, and if you would like to come up, I would love to have you. And we're just going to chat. Whatever it is y'all want to talk about, anything that you have been through in the past, how you navigated through it, any baggage that you may have. Did I put it in here? Oh, I did. Any baggage that you may have been carrying. And in your relationship, now, regardless if your relationship was with another your partner or with like your family or something like that, how did you navigate through all of that? So yes, Juani, that show was by a pastor. Yes, I knew I saw it somewhere, Robin. Yes. Good evening, Lainey. Good evening. So I knew I had saw the little ceremony thing. So okay, so that's where I saw it then. So I I have like I said, we all have like issues. I know I have issues for real, for real. And and I think a lot of things with that happen with us probably stems from like um childhood issues, things that you may have seen, things that you may have been around, people who you may have been around. And a lot of times you don't know that things have bothered you, or that you're carrying these things. And then when they kind of fester up in the way that um you interact with people, especially when you're dealing with somebody who you live in the same household with. And so one example um of a thing that I thought that I had, well, and I still do have an issue with this. It's like gender roles. So when during the couples retreat, when we were speaking about what it was, we were speaking about love languages. That's what it was. We were speaking about love languages, and I was talking about my love language. I think my first is acts of service. Well, my first two were acts of service. Oh goodness, what was it? Acts of service is one. That's the one I want to talk about though. The other two tied. Acts of service was 26%. The other was quality time and something else, but those tied at 23%. And so the acts of service dealing with gender roles. And so when thank you, Valeria. Um yes, I definitely agree with that, Sharon. And Sharon says acknowledging that you have baggage is paramount to resolving issues. That's right. And it's paramount to know how you resolve issues. I mean, in the way you resolve the issues. So the acts of service. So when I stated in the in the couples retreat that 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 definitely resonated with me. And the baggage that I associated with that was definitely one with gender roles and gender identity, meaning because I felt like when I saw like the man cutting the grass or doing something, fixing something, building something or whatever, and even when I see that now, I am like excited. But Mr. B doesn't do any of that. And so I like really would get upset with him because he's not handy. I knew he wasn't handy when I got with him, but that can really tick me off when something is not fixed around here. And I'm like, dude, I need you to fix it. And so me seeing like men fixed up, even my dad isn't that handy, but he would at least try to tape something together. He would at least try. Mr. B, he not gonna try. He's the one, he gonna call somebody else to do it eventually. So those types of things can definitely make it really drove me like crazy. And I could have an attitude. And just like now, my my closet is still down. I refuse to get it fixed. I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it because I felt like gender roles and with my baggage of you're a man, you're supposed to fix it. I need you to fix it, figure out how to do it, tape it together, glue it together. I'm not gonna do it. And probably him expecting me to just call somebody to get it done. I don't even want to do that because I want him to do it because once again, that is a role that I felt like he should do and should take care of. But that came back from baggage and how I saw men and people out doing those types of things, and my idea that all men just knew how to do it. And so that is like one of the arguments that we have, because I'm like, how you don't know how to do that? How you don't? But he grew up with all women. I'm like, I guess, and he grew up in California, so he never had to do it. So those they're just like there are a lot. And it's not only with him, it's with like family and and things that people hold on to. Now I'm one, I tell you, I don't hold grudges. That's not me. I don't do grudges. And 9 times out of 10, after I've said what I've said, I'm done. I ain't gonna bring it up no more or whatever. But I am the one. If you heard I don't know if she even said it. I am the one. My sister will tell you, she will vouch for me. I will drop you and you won't know it. Because I don't feel like I owe you anyone no explanation. But there's just certain people who you can't drop. And at the end of the day, you have to realize the part you play in everything that goes on around you, especially when it start dealing with your spirit or whatever. And you know how they say you teach people how to treat you. You honestly do. You teach people how to treat you, and how you allow people to treat you is how they will treat you. But all that comes back to baggage. What in you, what part of you did you see someone suppressing and holding back? So I sit back and have like those type of thoughts in my head, and I psychoanalyze myself all of the time. I psychoanalyze like the actions that I made. Why did I make that decision? Was that a good decision? Because I told you I'm a planner. I plan everything out. Now I am wise enough to know that everything that I plan, of course, things happen, things change, but I try to be like as logical as possible when I do. So my stepdad was like that, but he was able to pay someone to get it, to do it. As long as it got done, it didn't bother her. See, okay, see, and yes, and that's me too. When it gets done, so now he's gonna have somebody come over and do it. But the closet fell down in January, New Year's. We had May 30th. I think I mentioned it to you guys. We had May 30th. So now he's finally getting someone to do anything. And I was just like, I'm not calling nobody. I'm not doing anything. I'm not gonna do it. He's eventually he's gonna do it. And now he's tired of seeing it because he see I'm not going to. So hey girl, hey V. So yeah, I was just, just thinking. And so when I was talking to Christopher, about like the baggage that he was taking and bringing forth to like all his other relationships, well, the relationships he's had since his separation 2 years ago. And I was like, because now I'm like, okay, you have baggage because you have trust issues. How many of us have trust issues, and then where did that come from? Were they trust issues that you that were like happening over and over again? Was there someone who you really put a lot of stock into, whether it was a past serious relationship that you put a lot of stock into, and then you just greatly crushed and you were like disappointed? And so now everything, anytime somebody do something, you have an issue about it. I remember one time I was out shopping, excuse me, and he called to check on me. He was like, I hadn't heard from you in a while. And he's like, where you at? I said, I'm out shopping. He was like, you always shopping, but it was dark. And he's like, why are you out? And I was like, because I'm shopping. And he's like, dude, he okay with you out like this? I'm like, boy, please, I'm good. So he was like, mm-mm. And he said, and you shop too much. He said, I would have an issue with you shopping too much. And I was like, well, why is that? And he was like, because When I would be working, she would tell me that she was shopping, but she wasn't shopping. She was out entertaining other people. And he was like, it don't take nobody 3 hours to go shopping. I said, well, it could. Because I could be gone shopping and be gone all day long. And he was like, no, I just don't understand. But I brought said, you know what? Because you are still carrying the baggage. I said, because he was like, well, nobody spends 3 hours at Kroger. No, no one does spend 3 hours at Kroger. But if you go to Kroger and then you might go to Publix and you go to Walmart or Target, yeah, it could. So, we that was a whole different debate. But when he comes on, he is, you guys gonna be like, oh my goodness, he's very funny. But once again, those are like things that he is still holding on to. In terms of gender identity roles as a woman, wife, and mother, I don't cook. Serious adjustments were made. Girl. Okay. So, you know what though? When there are a lot of women, especially like now, a lot of the kids are gone or whatever, and even probably before the kids were gone, even left, a lot of men do a lot of the cooking. I have another girlfriend. Her husband does all of the cooking. He's a chef. That's what he cook. He does in the day. He comes home and he cooks. And so now that they're separated. So now she has tried to figure out how to cook. And she says, I never had to do this before because he always did it. I just don't know about this. And she was like, Juani, I probably should have been in the kitchen more because she hated cooking. She was the baby of her family. So everybody did all the cooking and did everything for her. She was taken care of pretty much. She was the last one. And then she got with someone who cooked. She didn't have to cook. So now she's like, I don't know how to do any of this. She said, why I can't even follow a simple recipe. This is a trip. So the whole thing about, role reversals and women not cooking and men doing more to cooking. And now we want to talk about what men staying home and now women are staying home now. Some people, there could be baggage about that because when you start talking about like gender identity thinking, if you get hooked on the whole notion that I am being the man supposed to be the breadwinner and the woman is making more money, those could definitely be like big time like bag unpacking because now we're dealing with how somebody can internalize that they are not the head of the household, they are not being a man, they're not being the provider. So I had a stroke 2 years ago and my husband had to cook. Now I have trouble getting my husband out of the kitchen. Now I guess you and Sharon, that is the problem to have. That is definitely the problem. Because some men realize they like cooking. And I saw somebody, they moved into a house. I think it was on YouTube, and the one thing that he asked for, he wanted him a gourmet kitchen because he liked to cook, and so he had all these the cathalons and all these different types of specialty type pots because he just really enjoyed the whole process and thought of cooking. But oh my goodness, now Mr. B cooks on the weekend. During the week, I cook. I put something together. But that's great. And for you just to be able to just sit back and be like, what's for dinner, or and especially if they enjoy it, yes, definitely. So I'm going to put the link here again. I know we're not about to do this again. Every week I try to get some of you guys to come up on here with me, and y'all never want to do it. My girl Bobby came on last week, and that's because I volunteered her to come on here. I volunteered her to come on here. I know, huh? That's good, men cooking, huh? Does your husband cook? Does he like cooking? I by the way. Oh, and he's a pastor. Oh, girl. Oh, well, then you're good. You are good. So, what types of dishes does he have? Like a specialty? Girl, I know. Does he have a specialty that he likes to cook? And or is there something that you especially like for him to cook? Mm. I was also thinking about how you could mm, how you can I'm thinking how you know he cooked when we first got together. He bakes pies. Oh my gosh. I can bake pies. Yeah. Oh, so he doesn't cook, he just bakes sweets. Oh gosh. That's not good. But yeah, but how do and then that's what it was. How do those the baggage that we have that we carry, um how do you navigate them with your friends? And I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about, like, you guys know I have like my core group of friends, and I've said this many times, is that I like being with them, but I like being with myself also. And so I try to kind of balance both. And even Mr. B has said this to you guys: when I want to be with you, I bring you out, and he say I dangle, and then I put them back. And I'm kind of like that also with my girlfriends, but they know me, and they know I don't mean anything by it. But it's just that comes back from relationships I've had with women. And as much as I love and crave being with women or whatever, I have had some like tumultuous like experiences with women. And so that baggage affects how I navigate with women. So like I said, I can drop somebody in a minute, and you could be and I have. But if I let you in my circle, we have a bond that is hard to break. But you don't get that many chances with me. That's because I have baggage. I have like baggage with women and how I see women interact. I don't like the cattiness. I don't like the backbiting. I don't like I don't like any of that. And so when I start seeing that, and when if you have like a controlling personality, oh no. Mm-mm. That's not me. And so that's a trigger for me. And since I know what my triggers are, my traits that trigger me, I stay clear of those types of people. So ooh, stroganoff. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh, I haven't made any stroganoff in a long time, girl. I think I'm gonna have to do that one next week. Juani, real talk. We agreed to do those chores we enjoy it rather than dictate gender us, and that is great. And you know what, yeah, and but those are things that when you are in a relationship, especially when you are being serious with somebody, those are things that you should talk about, because those are actually things that we did not talk about because I did not think about them. I just thought that they were ornate, they were just innate, and they were in him. And so we didn't talk about those things. But his thought for me and the baggage that he brought was that he thought that I should cook every day. No, because he's like, my mama cooked every day. Well, your mama was at home every day. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not home every day. So your mom was home every day. So yes, she could cook every day. But what I can give you, and what I can promise you, is that you will eat 3 times a week. That's 3 times a week. You're gonna eat it. You're gonna eat 3 times a week, whether I cook something or whether I pick up something. You're gonna eat 3 times a week. That's why I tell you guys I cook Sunday, and that's for Sunday and Monday. I cook Tuesday for Tuesday and Wednesday. I may cook Thursday. Um, yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah, I may cook Thursday. I definitely don't cook Friday or Saturday. Mm-mm. But in his head, those were, and so when we first got together, that was a big thing because he was just like, I don't understand. You get home before me, why can't you cook? Because I cooked yesterday. So the point of that was you shouldn't. I'm going to cook 3 days a week. You're going to eat 3 days a week. Don't eat everything today because I'm not cooking tomorrow. So once we got over that type of hump, with some of his expectation, things that he saw, things that would really it would literally start an argument. And that's why I would say, and he said, don't say, I think he said it on the couples retreat. Oh God, please don't ask her what's for dinner. That's a trigger. That's a trigger for me. Yes, yeah. So that was one, because I'm like, okay, you're expecting me, you're expecting me to do something, and when he was like, he didn't like something, or well, I don't like that. I never had that. I don't like that, and I was like, okay, and I don't want that. I never had that, and it will always start an argument about what he didn't like until I took his plate and I put it in the trash can. And he was like, what am I supposed to eat? I said, I don't know, but you said you didn't like that. You didn't like it. You didn't want it. He didn't try it. So, yeah. So it was just things that we really had to work on early on, because when we dated and he would come over and I would come over, whatever, I never saw any of that stuff. I just didn't, because I wasn't there. But when we moved together, it was like, oh my. Yeah, a lot of things we talked about in our like counseling, but we didn't talk about like that when we came together, how all that, and we knew how we thought it would be. But yeah, it was nothing like that. Let me see. Those are triggers with me. Those are triggers with you also. I am an only girl, so I don't have a lot of experience with girls. Yes. Yeah. So, okay, so that being, since you don't have a lot of experience with girls, Sharon, how do you navigate when you meet women? Are you one of those people, because you were the only girl, are you like really like guarded, or are you just like, are you all in? I had a friend for 25 plus years. I dropped her off in 2019 and haven't spoken to her since. Not because of my baggage, but because of hers. And I can't be bothered. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. That is me. That is me exactly. Because I had a girlfriend, me and her, she was my ride or die. Ride or die. I moved her to help her move to California with me. We was gonna get an apartment together. It was just this ordeal. And even when I got pregnant with Puda and I came back home, and because I had to drop out of school, so I was like, oh gosh, what am I gonna do? And I went to this this phlebotomist, like one of those like medical type schools, because I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to do something. Maybe I can be in the medical field or whatever. And she wanted to do it. She wanted to do it, and I said, okay, I'll do it, and I'll help. I'll do it. I did it because she wanted to do it, not because I wanted to do it. And I was like, oh, it's not going to help. I'm gonna need to figure out my life now that I have this baby. I need to figure out my life. And so I went because of her. And but when we got there, I was taking it serious. She wasn't taking it seriously. And but I wanted her to succeed so bad. And so like I would help her cheat on the test. I studied, but I would give her the answers because I just wanted her to win. And when she came to California to be with me, oh my goodness, she totally flipped on me and I could not believe it. I mean, we literally fought in my dorm room. She tried to turn the girls in my dorm against me because I wasn't doing what she wanted me to do to pamper her or to all this other stuff. I had gotten her a job. The guy that I was dating had gotten her job, and she totally sabotaged that. But so I didn't talk to her for years. It's a long story. I didn't talk to her for years. But when I came home, years later, I went by to see her, and she asked me to if I could take her to the beauty supply store, and I was like, yeah, because I was happy to see her because whatever it was, I forgot about it. You still my girl or whatever, and I took her to the beauty supply store. I go into the beauty supply store, and then she was like, okay, I'm ready to go, and I'm like, okay, and I get in the car, and underneath out of her sleeve, she pulled out a jar of perm, and I said, "What you doing?" And she was like, "I need a perm for my hair." I said, "Are you kidding me? You stole perm?" I was like, "I work for an educational institute. I work in academia. I could go to jail because you stole perm. I could have given you the money for perm." Oh my goodness, I was so done with her. I was like, I would have had a record, had nothing to do with it because I came in with her and left out with her. Didn't know that that's what she had done. So I dropped her off at her mama's house, and that's where I left her. I have not spoken to her now, and we've been here 17, 18, 18, 19 years. But she goes through my sister to try to get to me. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Never again. And see, that wasn't because of my baggage. That was because of her baggage. But yes, I have totally been there. And so I will never see her the same way. And I've told her, you are not my friend because you did not care about me and my well-being while you was there doing that shenanigans. But then she goes and tells my sister, well, if I stole the perm, I must have needed it. Done. Done. So yes, I totally understand. Only three times, Gigi. Three. You get three. Three of them. That's it. That sounds like husbands. And I told him, I'm not your mom. I'm your wife. Thank you. My first husband didn't like, oh, that thing. Yes, I knew. My mom said my dad didn't like leftovers. It was a lot of things he didn't like. But yeah, I would hear, I'm like, why? That's because you didn't, if you didn't have anything else to eat, I bet you'd go in there and eat those leftovers. I have a close friend that I had to put on ice. Let me see what she says. I have a close friend I had to put on ice. Her relationship was so draining. Those get me. I hate relationships where everybody comes to you and dump. Oh, this hurt, that hurt. Oh, this there ain't nothing ever good happening. I hate that. Don't dump on me. I don't want to be dumped on because I don't dump on anybody. If I have like something going on, yeah, I'll call you. I might call you and be like, "This is what's happened." Da, da, da. What do you think about this? But constantly dumping, oh no, I don't. I can't deal in those types of relationships either. I do agree with being a listening, having a being a soundboard and allowing people to talk because all the time people don't want you to respond. They just need to be able to verbalize their feelings and actually hear what they are saying and hear their emotions. Now, if you ask me, okay, so what do you think? Okay, then I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna think. But every time I talk to you, is woe is me, and everything is bad, and everything is doom and gloom. I can't. That's a quick way to get rid of me too. Once again, the baggages, because every day is not great. Every day is not great. Now, I will say that I am, you know how some people say if your glass is half empty or half full, I'm gonna see it half empty first before I see it half full. But you won't know my thoughts about it being half empty. I won't project that onto you because it's not fair. It's just not fair. Um, we can talk right now, and it's still the same thing. See there, exactly. Same thing. They pick up from the last time you talked to them. Those same people there, the same place they was the last time you spoke to them, had nothing changed. That same person used to always tell me, she was like, Luana, you got to crawl before you walk. I got so sick and tired of that. I said, but your ass have been dragging for years. When you gonna stand up? When are you gonna stand up? You know, and I think about all the things, you know, that I tried to do to kind of pull her up. And when you see more in people than they see them in themselves, that's an issue. And when I realized, I was like, you know what? I'm a fixer. That now that is my baggage. That is my baggage. That is the thing that I know that I I have to work on, because everybody can't be fixed. And I always would try to like fix everything. I wanted the family to be happy. If I did this, the family would be this and whatever. I ain't doing that no more. I don't get in no family, nothing no more. I don't care. If I hear, I heard it. I ain't going back and told nobody I heard nothing. You said this or whatever. I ain't doing that no more. I ain't a fixer no more. So, you know, because I just, you know, I wanted to see how it have things like it was when my great grandparents were here. Now, I may have been too young, but evidently there was drama going on then. I just didn't know it. And I didn't need to know it because I was a kid. But in my head, I had this image of how everything was. And then as I get grown, I was like, oh my goodness, we dysfunctional as heck. We have issues. So, like I said, we all have baggage and those types of issues that we bring into our relationship, whether they're man or female or your girlfriends, you know, we we bring it. And do we unpack it with them, or do you know, face them, unbag your, you know, your mess, face it, and keep it moving? And that's what I try to do. I like I said, I psychoanalyze myself all the time, and why I do what I do, why I react the way that I do to things, and I have to put myself in check a lot of times. Guys, thumbs up. Yes, guys, thumbs up the live. Thank you, V. I get on the roll talking. So yes, thumbs up the live. Share the video. Give me a Oliver says hi, y'all. Also, I also share the live. I really appreciate it. And if you guys like the Friday nights, our little chats, make sure you tell somebody so they can come on here and join us. Robin said, "You remember that story, girl? Yes, yes, that story, yes." And she's still trying to get back to me. She always tell my sister, I really miss my friend. I really, and even when recently we thought, well, I think she said she had cancer. I don't know if she did or she didn't. And I felt really, I felt bad because you know, she was my friend, and I did not wish, you know, any ill on her or anything. But you know, I still said a prayer for her, and I said, well, tell her I pray that she gets better, and they caught it early, and and that, you know, I'm thinking of her. but I didn't want to open no more doors. She I wasn't that was not going to be her way back to me, but she would always say it. And I think a couple of years ago she came over here with her, and but she called me. She was like, I want you, I gotta come. It was something she needed to get from me. She says, I want you to know that I have her with me. And so I was like, okay. She was like, so but can we come in? And I was like, yeah, you can come in. And so she came in and she was like, hey. And I was like, hey, how you doing? I was cordial and everything. And we spoke. And right there, she kept saying to me, I surely wish I had my friend back. I really miss my friend. And I heard her, but I didn't. She would never get that back. We I just can't. I just can't. So um yes, yes. People do need to see themselves prospering. And she just did not. Hey Sandra. Yes. That let's see the absolutely people. That was her. What I'm not going to do is drag you kicking and screaming when you told me you wanted to go in the same direction. Exactly. Exactly. I'm like, I thought that this is what we were gonna do, and you did everything just like wrong. It was like she was just gravitated to like wrong and mess. And so yeah, I definitely had to let that go. You're right. Some people can't be fixed. And that's what I tried to do. Some people cannot be fixed. That is a very true statement. I didn't birth it and I'm not good to rock it to sleep. I know that's right. I have never heard that. Yes, exactly. Yes. Thank you guys. Regina says hit the thumbs up, everyone. Let me see. R. Cooper says, one of our other friends told me that I need to stop. It was obvious she wasn't listening because she married her problem. Oh my God. I didn't, I did, and haven't looked back. See, you exactly haven't looked back, really. And I used to always like, my goodness, I don't have no friends like that. And the ones I do, I can literally count them on probably two hands, two hands. And those are ones that I know if something's wrong with me, they're gonna be here quick, fast, in a hurry. What you need? What's going on with you? We haven't heard from you, girl. What's up? Knocking on the door. Girl, what's up? They've gotten together several times. I didn't go. All of them rolled over here, and knocked on my door. They called me, and I didn't answer, but it was because I was doing videos. But I wasn't answering, and so they rolled up over here, run the doorbell. What's up? You not responding? You ain't been out with us. What's going on? And so I know those people would definitely miss me. They would come. The rest of them, those are associates. Her attitude might have caused her cancer. Oh my goodness! And you're right. You are very much. It could have been because you just never know how how your shine can dim somebody else. Everybody is not for you, and everyone is not happy for you. And I have had to learn that, several times, several hard ways, with like you really don't have my back. I may have thought certain people had my back and you don't. And so knowing that some people don't like my shine, and I said that years ago. I ain't for everybody. Everybody's not gonna like me. But one thing I'm not phony. And so if I don't jive with you, I'm gonna be rude. I'm just not gonna jive with you. But to probably in the back of my mind wondering, was there some type of like was she envious? Did she not value our friendship as much as I did? Obviously she didn't, because she definitely wouldn't have made that selfish move. But I'm just like, what about it? And then the time when she tried to fight me with the crutches, I was just like, oh my goodness, what friend does that? And so it just really had me like, that one right there, she really had me questioning my relationships with women, really, because I was like, how could I be that close to you and you would do those types of things to me that could definitely have been that detrimental to my livelihood? And now I look at it, she has like police records and all these other things happening. And at one time I used to think, gosh, if she would have just stayed with me and hung with me, she could have been so much better. Because I always like, I don't know, I want to fix people. And that's the other thing. Speaking of baggage, I told Chris, because I told Chris when we were talking about his relationship, and when you guys see him next week, hopefully next week, um, he likes projects. He likes projects. And part of me, then I like people who I could like help them get to where I thought they needed to be. Where I thought, and I don't know where my level was, but I thought that they needed to be somewhere else, and I was the one that was gonna get them there. And so that's why I said what I said, that I saw more in her than she saw her in herself, because it was me projecting what I wanted for her on her. That was my baggage, because I was a fixer. And so when I said that to Chris the other day, I was like, you like projects. And then it just dawned on me when I was just talking about her, I like projects. I liked projects then. I don't like projects now. I agree, Juani and other guests. It is very frustrating every time you see that certain person come across ID. You be like, oh, hell no, not today. Not today. We're not about to do this today. Today is not the day. I have to really like get myself together. You're like, I'm watching you like I'm watching the Hallmark Channel. Girl, Meditra, girl, yes. What if the person is a family member? Every weekend I'm lonely, but you got a man. I'm like, what does me having to do with it? Yes, yes, girl. Now, every weekend I'm lonely. Yes, I just don't. I don't. How do you handle those types of issues when it's a family member? That is a very good question, Frugalista. What do you guys think about that? I'm gonna highlight what she said. She says, "What if the person is a family member? Every weekend I'm lonely, but I got a man." I'm like, what does me having have to do with you? Exactly. What does that's that whole notion you can't understand because you married. But you're married. You don't understand why I wasn't always married. There was a period of time it was just me. So why does one have to be clicked to the other? And just because you married or you have a man don't mean that you're not lonely. Mm, mm, mm. What y'all thinking? Okay. What y'all thinking? I'm gonna need for somebody to come up on here with me because I want to hear what you guys have to say. What y'all have to say? What our girl Vivica's saying. What do y'all have to say about that? I'm 50. Let's see. She goes, I'm 50, and I got a friend. That's fine with me. 50, and I got one friend, and that's fine with me because don't nobody love me like I do. Girl, isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? And that is true. Now that, and I used to say that if you have one good friend, you good for real. That's all you need. And if you can find a friend that truly has your back and that the relationship is mutual, you are good. But funny thing about them and their mess, but funny thing about them and their mess constantly dragging you to the pits with them. They actually think it's not a problem. Nothing is wrong with their behavior. When you remove yourself, you're acting funny. Girl, you're right. Because once again, we have to take onus in the part that we play in this. If I continue to make myself available and being dumped on and becoming part of the mess, um, I'm I'm pretty much going along with it. But you're right. I don't want to deal with that. I'm not obligated to do it. Anything that I'm there for you, I do. I'm there because I want to be. And eventually, everybody get tired. She said exactly one, and she would do the same. Exactly. Look at this one. She says, I'm 75 and still only have only 3 friends, but I'm good with that. Yes. What's the matter? Cut it out. I totally agree. Her Flyness 79 says, and that's how we get our hearts broken and feelings hurt. Them dang projects. Girl, them projects will do it to you every time. Every time, because my feelings were hurt. And yeah. And then she was she the first? I think she was the first. She was my first friend that I dropped. Just done. Just done. But yeah, the projects every time. Boundaries with everyone. Exactly. And that's the other thing. Creating boundaries. What a practical boundaries. Because my boundary was practical for me because I just didn't deal with it. And I would just let people go. But once again, when we go back to what Vivica said, what if the person is family? How do you do that? Robin says she has problems. Yes, she does. Oh, Regina, I'll skip this one. Regina says, absolutely, Juani and Fruganista. We are married, but we have our lonely moments too. We do. You can be married and lonely. You can be in the same house with someone. We experienced that last week, and people just don't talk. People, they're guarded. So just because you are married doesn't mean that you're not lonely. There've been times that he can be next door. I'm right here. We in the same house. I'm not lonely, but I don't feel like I have to be all up under him all the time. Or, have you all hope you all are enjoying the show. Please. Thank you, V. Oh, our girl V, her son graduated today. Congratulations. Tell him congratulations. That's a really pretty picture, V. Um, let me see. She says, you handle them the same way you would treat others. I have a sister that is the same way, and I just ignore her until I have time. Wow. Yes. And I guess that's exactly what you have to do. And I agree. I have done that also. You have to ignore people. And you have to decide how much of it you're going to let in, because once again, those are things that you can control. You can control how much you let people affect you, how much you let in, and how much you accept. So I totally agree with it. And however you decide that you want to deal with it, that's the way that you decide that is best for you. And don't feel bad about it. Don't you know feel obligated or feel bad about the decision that you made, because at the end of the day you have to do what's best to protect you. And then just when we go back to start talking about like mental, hold on y'all, Oliver trying to get out. Come on, let's go. Bye. Okay. Yeah, so then we start talking about like mental health and then how people affect our mental health. When it comes to that, that's when you really need to like shut it down. And then like who said that about boundaries? That's when you definitely have to establish boundaries. um what she says. You enable them when you participate and include yourself in that mess. Some people thrive on drama and dysfunction. Yes, they can't live without it. That is very true. That is very true. And and then you end up bringing that mess into your house and in your life. And whether you end up repeating it to somebody else, you're keeping it going. So yeah, you definitely have to watch that and how you let other people's energy and their dysfunction encroach on what you have. And because yes, my house is peaceful, and that's exactly how I want to keep it, just like that. You what they say, what is this? You treat them just like everyone else. No pass given. She said no. She said she ain't giving out no passes, y'all. You don't get no second chances. No special treatments. None of that. My mama always told us. Let me see. She said, my mama always told us you cannot help a person that does not want to change or accept that they have issues. It is not your place to solve their issues. That is true. That is true. And I had to learn that from her. Now that was, see, I was what, 23? That was the 23-year-old me. And then I think when I came back and I saw her, I was 31, or I was 31. And that's when she stole the perm at 31. My last time seeing her was at 22, 23. Yeah. So all those experiences with people and whatever. And yeah, when that happened, and even trying to help her, you know, going to school because she wanted to go to school. I don't know what I thought. I thought I was going to help her cheat all the way through, I guess. I don't know. But yeah. Let me see, what are you saying? Hello, Mariah from Canada. Thank you for joining us tonight. I learned, let me see. Oh, goodness, y'all, I'm behind. Okay, let me see. Congratulations, V. Yes. Congratulations. Yes. Mariah says, now I'm a caregiver taking care of my mom on top of working a full time. No help. I just finished my work for the night. I'm so happy right now. It's me time. Girl, yes. And we need that. We need me time. Regardless of what you're doing, if you're sitting at home by yourself, listening to some music, reading a book, taking a bath, going out and playing in your garden, or just sitting by yourself and just thinking, it is all very important. You love them from a distance. Yes. And I have been told that all of my life. Everybody, you can't allow into your circle. You love them from a distance. Well, I was about to go to my normal text war with them, but not tonight. Very good, Fugalista. Well, no, we're not going to do this tonight. No, not tonight. I told my friend we already talked. Oh, let's see. I told my friend we already talked about everything everybody has done to you. Now let's talk about you and why you keep letting it happen. Yes, that was my other reason I thought about earlier. That is so true to you, but she don't want to talk about that. Yes, because when we talk about those things and people and when you don't face it, it keeps happening. Whether you got unpacked baggage or issues with people, and you still meet the same type of people, like people who are dating, and you find yourself always attracting the same type of person. You're a female, you're always attracting the same type of guy with the same type of personality traits because you never confronted it. Where did it come from? Why are you attracting these type of people, and what is it about you that these types of people are attracted to? I had this same conversation a couple of years ago with my sister, and I said, okay, the common denominator to all these people that you are attracting that are the same is you. What are you doing? What are you doing? What makes, and I'm gonna have her on here too, because we've talked about that. But what are you doing? What have you done? And certain things she's done that I've seen her do in relationships, I've called her out on it. Why you do that? What? Why are you so available? Why are you so eager? What is it? So yes, definitely when you those types of things, and you're like, what part of it do I take onus of? What part that I play in it? Because all of it, we play some part in it. I learned that the hard way. My siblings affected my mental health. I learned about setting boundaries this year. Mariah said she did that this year. She said, so what did you do? What do you do? And see, it's hard, I believe, when it's dealing with family. How did you do that? Because like I said, we have all types of baggage and issues that stem from family. It could be daddy abandonment, mommy issues. It can be all types of different things. And so sibling rivalry type things. And when enough is enough and you set the boundaries and you're like, we not doing this no more. And then it also comes back to like respect. That part. That part. And like I stated before, how much I'm gonna let you into my space. Yes, my siblings like that. Drama always some crisis where everyone has to give them money, etc. I agree. No pass. Mariah, she's in the no pass business also, y'all. Don't y'all come over there with that mess. They've already told you. It's me. I used to be. Oh my goodness. Mariah said she used to be that friend. Wait a minute. I'm skipping her flyness up here. I've dealt with people like that, stressed out, worried about them, and they all good, going their own way. Exactly. No matter how destructive the path is, all you can do is pray for them and love them from afar. That's a very true statement. Very true. She says, hey, it's me. I used to be that friend, the one that has to keep the one that has to the one that has it keep happening. Oh, the one that keeps happening. You're that friend, the one that keeps happening to. I got you. Okay. It's a lot of us. It's a lot of us that that it just keeps happening. Yes, and you're like, what the heck? He seemed just like the last one. Yes, because he had the same personality traits. You didn't see it. You know why? Because you were gonna fix it. You like projects too. um yes, yes, like V said, I would love for you guys to join the panel. You don't have to be on the screen. You can just come on and just talk. Just talk. You don't have to be on the screen, and you can just keep your camera off. Yes, it's very hard when it's family. I had to stop going to family gatherings. My sister is a drama queen. There is always one or two or five. I don't answer them and told them I'm not your damn trash can. Robin is not having it. Robin is not having it. I know that's right. That's right, Robin. Robin said, "You're not dropping your trash over here. I'm not your trash receptacle. We're not doing this. I'm not taking any trash today. Today is not pickup day. We're not doing it." What's this? But now that you know better, you better and don't accept anything that comes along. Exactly. I said a hard no. I noticed that it's a family pattern. It happened with my dad, my grandfather. One gets taken advantage of financially. The same gifts keeps coming back like a nasty fruitcake. Oh my gosh. Y'all remember that fruitcake? Everybody just keep passing it along. That thing never gets old. It don't get any mold on it, anything. So everybody keep passing the fruitcake. Yes. And just a no. And in that thing, I saw it was a saying. I think it was on Facebook or it could have been on Instagram. Somebody posted, and what you just said, Mariah, brought it to mind, and it said something like, "Everybody's good until you say no. Once you say no, no, you dirt. You ain't ish. You all kind of stuff. When you say no, we good until that happens. Why is that? Why is that? So I am not allowed to say no. How dare you say no?" Her flyness says, "It was so hard for me to say no in the past. Chronic illnesses sat my behind down. Girl, yes. Because you know why? Because we are um supposed to be, especially women, you're just supposed to do, run, do. And nobody, and that's exactly what happens. You get sick, think things happen, you just can't. And so you have to know how to say, you have to say no. You have to, and you just gonna have to just and be fine with it. And I think, like Mr. B said, he said that's my favorite word. No, 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 no. It's easy now. It rolls off my tongue easily. No. She says, I used to take on projects too. Thank God I'm for deliverance. Girl, yes. What is that? And that part I think can get misconstrued as being like nurturing or whatever, because I honestly did see myself as like looking out for her and wanting like the best for her or whatever. And and even like until maybe like recently, probably like the last 3 years, I remember saying out loud, I did that for her. I didn't even want to go to that school. I did that for her. I was like, girl, that was for her. I wonder how much of that was your ego? Because, like I said, I saw that for her because I wanted her to be where I was going, but she didn't want to go there. She says that nasty fruit cake. Let's see, what is this one? I am on that team. It kept happening to me until I dealt with my ugly and what can I handle and what can I handle and what I was going to accept from somebody. Yes. And that's the hard part when you start like really, really sitting down and looking at like you and like I said, what part play and how you feed into it, as well as how you react to things. That's my biggest thing because I can just react to something just like that, and I'm like, darn it, they got me again. Because a lot of times people just want to see a reaction from you, and that's it. But yeah, but yes, but you once again you control the narrative. You determine who you're gonna let in, how much of it you're going to let in, and like we stated before, boundaries. We have to establish boundaries. It became easier to say no when I realized me, dad, and grandpa all did the same thing, help siblings out of family spirit. We cough up the cash. Cough up the cash, okay? Always something. Man, people always in your pocket, especially when they know they can get it. Who they always call? They always call the ones that they know is going to be there and give and be like, okay, we'll get it done. Don't worry about it. Yeah. She said Beyonce has a song about that first time I say no. It's like I never said yes. Oh my goodness, yes. Isn't that true? It's like you never said yes. She said the older you get, the no comes out before they finish asking. Isn't that the truth? It's like it's waiting down on the tongue. Nope. Mm-mm. Let me see. You guys are funny. I am on the team too, as long as I said yes, they love me so. I thought, but when them no hell dolls come out on the scene, I mean crazy, cold hearted, all of that, none caring, selfish, all of that, exactly. She said, "What? That nasty gift is always wrapped in the family spirit, bro." No comes out so smoothly. Yes, girl. My great grandmother loved fruitcake. I was like, are you serious? Is it something I'm missing? She liked the fruitcake. I didn't think that nobody ate it. My reaction used to be as if the issue was happening to me. I used to take their problems as if it was mine. How nutty is that? Yes. And I know some people who are like that. Someone has something and they can feel all the ailments. They can, they internalize everything that's going on with everyone else. And I know people who are like that also, Mariah. And then she said, let me see, her flyness said, you can be nurturing and have good intentions just because you mean well by people. Some just see an opportunity to hustle you. Yes, that is true. Yes, because they can see it as a weakness. That is very, very true. Wow. Wow. You guys are on it. You guys are on it. I wanted to say why I have everyone on here that next week I'm going to try to do it next week. The two things that I spoke of earlier, if you missed it, on the second couples retreat is going to be, I think the day is June 25th. And so that one is coming up. And then I'm also getting the third one, and that will probably be at the end of July, the beginning of August. I already have people who they either already know they want to be on there, or they have contacted me about being on there. So stay tuned for that. So I'll start publicizing that really soon. And If you saw my community post, I asked for singles. If you're, what's it, 45 to 60, I think it was, and dating or whatever, because I wanted to do a singles panel. And if you wanted to be on the panel, so I had some ladies to reach out to me who want to be on the panel, and I got some guys. So if you missed it, I told everyone I'm gonna try to do it next week. One of my friends, Christopher, the one who I was just talking to, he really wants to be on here because he has a lot to say about dating and how it is out here now. I think he's been single like 2 years now and trying to date in this new age. Then we have Brian and Andre, um, and they're a variety of age, like from 53 to like 58, 59, and yeah, it's gonna be good. So we're all gonna come together. We're gonna have the women and the men. You guys, I'm gonna need you guys to show up. I'm gonna need you guys to come on because you asked me these questions about like meeting people and dating now because they're going through the same thing. And I've heard Christopher talk about it. I've told you some of the things that he said, and I've heard the other guys talk about it when we've had conversations about certain things. And I was like, you know what? This They will be perfect for this. So they are really excited about doing this. I'm gonna try to do it next Friday. I'm waiting on one thing, and if it's a go, you guys will see me posting it because I really want y'all to come on and show up, ask your questions. Y'all be able to talk to them. I'm gonna bring y'all on the screen. I'm gonna need y'all to come up here and be on the screen with your girl, please. Don't y'all show out in front of company. I'm gonna need y'all to come on here. So stay tuned. It's gonna be fun. So I know some of you guys came on later. I want to make sure I said that. I think it's gonna be a really good conversation between the men and the women, and we can try to figure this thing out because evidently they having issues too. Okay, so let me go back over here and see what you guys are saying. Okay, Mariah says, the worst part, these siblings make more money than me. Why should I be called? Oh, good girl. You know why? Because you the one they know gonna give it. Um, Please do these Friday lives. It's like I'm meeting with friends right after I'm done working and caregiving. Aw, I'm glad you're enjoying them, Mariah. I am. I look forward to these, and I'm like, okay, what can we talk about? And so I'm still trying to get my girlfriends on here. Um, and when they're not, Trav, I can get them all in here at the same time again because of the pandemic. It seems like everyone is like working remotely, but everyone is like been gone. So I would love to actually get them on here with you guys. Um, yes, definitely say sending love and prayers to V. Her flyness says, I'm too young. What? You're never too young. 79? What are you? 43? Aren't you, what, you 43? No, you're just right. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this. Oh, you're welcome. You are very, very welcome. 42. You still good. You can still be in the club. We'll let you in the door. That's right, V. God's got you. Exactly. Yeah. Uh she said she'll be 43 this year. We'll let you play with us. We'll still let you play with us. You good? You good? Because you know what? You're probably still having the same issues as the little older women. Same thing. I always say, goodness, I would not understand or know how to meet people now. Because, and I even see like someone said something, they went somewhere and the women was on one side and the men was on the other side. And it was like, there was like like no intertwine to try to meet people, everybody on their phone. Like, oh my. Agreed. Thank you, Juani. All the mods and all of your YouTube family, y'all gave me some good advice. Girl, yes, girl, Fruit, Vivica, they always give us good advice, don't they? They really do. Yeah, I think we're all having the same. Yeah, y'all all having the same issues. Because I'm like, this is crazy. But we're gonna fix it. My I was talking, my sister was talking to me, this guy at her job, he has been after her for a couple of years, wanted to take her out and whatever. And so she was like, she called me yesterday and she was like, what? She was like, she said, first off, I don't know how I feel about going out with somebody who's at the job. She was like, I don't know how I feel about that. She goes, he's nice or whatever. He had a house party he invited her to. And so she was like, but what she said, she was like, but he's 60. And so she so she's like, but he's 60. She was like, I don't know. She goes, just saying that number now just seems like, ugh. I was like, you know what? I said, isn't that funny? I said, because that's the same thing I felt when our other cousin was dating this guy he was 40 and we were 31. And I said, why are you dating that old man? And she burst out laughing. And she was like, oh my goodness. I told her, I said, if Pooter had it her way, Pooter has always said she needs someone who is 60 and who has already had kids and don't want kids and whatever. Because my niece, she said she needs someone who's like 56, 60. And so she was just like, and I was like, girl, it's the same thing. You the 40-year-old now. I was like, you the 40-year-old now. She was like, oh my God, I just cannot believe it. So, but yes. So I don't know. So we could talk about that. Dating in the workplace. That's another good one. Have you guys ever dated someone y'all worked with? How was that? I have younger when I was my other time. I did. How did that work? We didn't get married, so it didn't work well. um, like middle school dance, boys on one side, girls on the other side. Yes, like the Wonder Years, exactly. Bobby called. She said 60 is the new 40, girl. Is it? Oh my. So we the new 30. I'm in the new 30 group. Girl, oh my goodness. Because it was just funny for her to say it yesterday. And I was like, girl, it's right there. We 9 years away from that. What you talking about? What are you talking about? And so she was like, Sunny Day say 60 is not old. It sure isn't. It sure isn't old. That's what I said. Because I sure did think 40 was old. I said, ooh, that old man, girl. I was him. She said, hey, I said, I met my husband at work 21 years later. Tell your sister, shoot her shot. Life short. I'm going to tell her. I'm like, girl, she said, shoot your shot. I know that's right. I told her, I said, go out with him. I don't. She was supposed to go out today. I think she's gonna back out. I think she's gonna cancel it. As a caregiver, 60 is too much. It's like a boomerang. Oh my gosh, you like it come all the way back full circle. Some of these 60-year-olds zaddies take good care of themselves. Oh my goodness, yes. Do you guys have you guys seen the gray zaddies that be all on Instagram, and they have like the pretty skin and they gray and they have on those nice suits and they're dancing on Instagram, and then they show their age or whatever. Oh yes, girl. I sure do agree, her flyness. There are some nice 60-year-old zaddies out there. And we was talking about that too. We was like, yeah, you need one like that. Yes. They sure do. Yes, girl. I married my work friend, and we've been married 35 years. We were friends first. So you had a work husband, Bobby Call. You had a work husband that turned into your real husband. She said, yes. Yes, girl. Those, they are so good looking. Hey, Tori. How you doing, girl? Tori is like, Juani, I missed you last week. You know I be looking for you. I look for you and Meditra and Robin, and now Bobby called, and then I see her flyness. Some of y'all, I know y'all gonna be on here with me every Friday. Every Friday. And you see, I've been consistent. I've been consistent. So yes, hey. So yeah, last week Meditra missed, you missed last week, but I saw you went back and commented on the other one. So I'm happy you made it, lady. We talking about those sexy old men that be in their 60s with the gray. They have the gray, like real pretty silver gray, and they be dancing on the Instagram and YouTube videos, and they show their age. And girl, you're like, yes, yes, yes. Those are some nice ones. So yeah, we can hook up with some of them like that. Yeah, so that's what Puda says she needs. Yes, but as a caregiver, it's too fresh. Mom is 70 with 60-year. Oh, she's 70 with a 60-year-old boyfriend. I'm thinking my shift might be coming up. No offense. Oh my goodness. Mama is, oh my goodness. She doing her thing, huh? With a 60-year-old boyfriend. Yeah, I think your caregiving dude is about to be up. I do think so. Yes. And he was and dating some. Oh wow. Both of y'all were dating someone else. We talk every day at lunch. Now we talk every morning. Oh, that is so sweet. My next shift. Oh, okay. Tori said, oh yeah, I want one of them men. Okay, girl, yes. I watched that one over and over. It's one of them who's on Instagram. I think he's a pastor. He's on there. He danced with his wife. That man can dance, and he be sharp. I don't know how he looks short though, but he could be tall. Y'all know how the camera does. But I love to see him dancing, and the way he dressed in that gray. Mm-hmm. Like I said, mom is single. I said me having a 60-year-old boyfriend, I would be worried about having an extra. Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. Sharon James said, real gentle and considerate. Hashtag team 60. Those 60-year-old has kept themselves up. Yes, they have. They definitely kept them up. Yeah, yes, that's the bishop girl. Yes. I'm sorry, God. But yeah, that him. The pastor on the yes, that's him, the one on the roller skates. Yes. He's so freaking smooth. Y'all know back in the day, he probably was no joke. He probably was no joke. But yes, him. And even on the skates, he just skated. He just so smooth. I'm like, look at you, the Instagram man. He is short because he does. Yeah, he does look short. Yeah, V. He does look short. Well, of course, yeah. He probably my height. He was on Steve Harvey. Really? What did he do on there? He was dancing. Mm, mm, mm. Yes, him. I was like, okay. He come up with all his little dance moves, and I'm like, okay, I see you. Mm-hmm. So yes, of all the 60-year-olds like that, he be gliding. Yes, girl. All the 60-year-olds like that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We probably can do it because they're not like the 60-year-old that we thought of. And Mr. B and I talk about that all the time because he's like, when you used to hear when he saw his mom at 50, she was like, she looked 50 to me. He was like, she looked 50 to me. He said, but our 50 don't look like they're 50. I was like, yeah, but a lot of things have changed too. So, technology, all the other stuff that we can do and stuff like that. So Mariah says, do not be surprised. See, do not be surprised if you have younger men coming to you. A lot of women 40 and over look better than the 20. Isn't that true? Because all the 20-year-olds now, they look alike. They look artificial. The body parts are artificial. Eventually, something needs to fall. And so, yes, I definitely, now that part right there I would probably freak out about that one. She says, yes, yeah, my boo will be 60 this year. Love the gray in his beard and the bald head. I think it's how they carry themselves. So sexy. Exactly. I know because it is nothing like a man with confidence and swag. Oh my goodness. Yes. Mm-mm-mm. We were talking about the guy who she works with, and she was like, she sees him every day and he has on like his uniform. And because they work at a hospital, so he sees him in his uniform and his scrubs, and so she was like, I just see him in the scrubs. And I was telling her about this one guy who I dated when I was at the university, and I would see him in like his uniform, you know. But when he took me out and he was dressed up, I was like, oh my goodness, really now? You dress up good, look good, totally, just everything. Open my eyes because I don't want to go out with him. I was like, I want to go out with you, and I went out because he kept asking me, and he asked me in front of one of his coworkers, and I kept turning him down. And he was like, why are you always embarrass me? One day, when are you going to tell me yes? I said, you know what? I'm going to tell you yes now. We're going to go out so you won't ask me no more. And we went out, girl, if I tell you, he was so freaking sharp and he was smelling good. I was like, where you come from? It was like Cinderella did that one, and it was like, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. And I was like, oh. So yeah, he looked good outside of that uniform. So I told my sister, I was like, he probably gonna look good outside that uniform, girl. You should see my husband. He's 76 and still hot. Go on, girl. She said he's still hot. He said he still floats my vote. That's what I'm talking about. That is very cute. He wrote a book about his life. He was on drugs when he was young. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. She said, girl, yes. Our Cooper say, how do we find these men? I don't know how we gonna find them. We're gonna have to find out where they are. Yeah, we're gonna have to find them, find out where they are for you guys. Yes, yes, girl. He cleaned up very well. I'm like, oh my goodness, what is the name of your fairy godmother? Yes, because yeah, he did. She says, I was going to the gym before the pandemic. I was hesitant to go because I was 39. To my shock, the 20-something woman looked worse than me, worse than my mom and granny. It was odd. Wow. Wow. Because they do. And everyone, they look so artificial. Like I said, everyone looks alike. And I heard someone say that I was watching some men's, it was like the round table. I'm sorry. Excuse me. It was like a round table and it had men, younger men on there. They were probably like in their 30s or early 40s, late, mid to late 30s and 40s. And they was talking about how all the women look the same. And they was particularly talking about in LA. And he was like, all the girls look the same. Everybody's a dancer, single, model, actress. Everybody, and they look the same. They all had the same career, and they look the same. And so, yeah, and that's pretty much how you see it now. Everyone has the same body, everything, and they just look the same. And then a lot of them, they look like artificial. Them hardworking ones clean up nice. Yes, girl. And they smell so good when you see them. Girl, smelled very good. I was like, okay. I was like, don't wear your uniform because it did nothing. I mean, I got to see how broad his shoulders was, and I was like, I never knew you had arms like that. And I was like, oh, I didn't see that through that shirt. All those overall type thingies or whatever. I can't remember what it was he had on. The uniform. She says, wait a minute. The uniform has to be neat, shoes clean. That can be sexy. Yes, that very much can. Girl, she said, not Cinderella. I love a man that can dress and smell good. Girl, so do I. Yes. Um, what's this one? They see you when you're not looking. Girl, yes. And they always see you when you're looking at your worst. Because that's when I get a lot of attention when I look, I know I'm thinking I'm going somewhere. I'm just going to go in and out. That's why I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, oh my gosh. If someone's trying to talk to me, I'm like, oh my goodness. Do you see this? Oh, oh my, no. But then I think they can see through all of that. What you think is the muck, other people really see the beauty in you. Party harder, okay? That might be why some 20-somethings look worse. Yes, definitely. Like blow up dolls. Exactly. Smell good, swag, be on point. All right, love Jules. Don't get in trouble over there. She said, ooh, we arms and shoulders, girl. Yes. I mean, broad shoulder. I just did not know that was up under that. So yeah, I liked him then. I was like, yes, I like you. You Cinderella did you good. The fairy godmother did you good. Yes. Do I need to have you back home by 12? Because you're gonna turn back into that freaking pumpkin. But yes. So I would never, like, after that I didn't judge anyone about like what they had on or whatever, because I then knew. I was like, oh yeah, it's just a lot up under that. Smell good. This guy at one, let me see, she says, this guy at one job had been watching me for months and I didn't know. So what you do? So what did you do? How did he tell you that he had been watching you? Or did someone tell you that he's been watching you? And did he? And when he finally approached you, what? How was that? What did he say? That he had been watching you? And I wonder, like when men when they finally get their courage up to say something, like what is what gives you the indication that this is the time? We have to ask those that question too. Like what does a female put off that you like? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot my shot. Hey, Ann, I'm late to the party. What y'all talking about, girl? And we've been all over the world. We talking about um 60-year-old men right now that are fly and sexy, and men when they blue collar men in uniforms and them out of uniforms and how they like you are totally surprised. My job has no good looking men. Tori, we're gonna need you to come. Well, I was gonna say need you to come to Atlanta, but you might not know what you're getting here either, so you might need to stay where you are. Tori says she has no good looking men at work. She has no eye candy. Oh, someone told you. Oh my. Did he ever approach you? I've always dated. She said she's always dated a guy in uniform. It's the one all dressed up with nowhere to go. She said they dressed up for no reason. Just looking fly for no reason. Looking fly for my own doggone self just because. She said those are the ones you have to be leery of. I know, love, Jules. I'm yes. Her flyness. What was your response? The whole interaction was weird. He just came to my table on break and stared at me. Are you serious? He need to work on his game. The boys, they need to take him to the side and like, dude, that was not it. R. Cooper said there are none at her job either. Oh my. I'm trying to think, do we have any attractive men at my shoot. I don't think I have any at my job either. Sometimes you have to help them bring themselves out. That is very true. That is very true. When Mr. B and I, so when we met, he had on like a guy outfit. Y'all know I told y'all he official, unofficial, fourth member, fifth member, third, fourth member of guy. And so fifth member of guy. So he had on like one of those type suits back then. But when we like went out, he thought that he thought he was fully dressed with some blue jeans and a fresh white t-shirt. I'm like, dude, where they do that at? You don't have a polo, a button down? What's up? He was like, what was wrong with what I would? And that's what he would do. He's, I need to go get me something to wear. He'd go get a package of Fruit of the Loom t-shirts. Are you kidding me? Dude. So yes, I was like, yeah, you need some button down shirts. You need some polo shirts. And so he was like, I don't like those, whatever. Then I got him some for Christmas, his Christmas present. And he was like, oh, these are nice. I said, yeah. I'm like, dude, yeah, we got to get you out of them t-shirts. So yeah, I slowly got him out of those t-shirts. But you're right. You definitely, some of them you do kind of have to kind of mold. Not Guy. Girl, yes, Guy. That was my favorite group. I still love him. Girl, he loves Guy. He knows every yep from Teddy Riley, every dum what dum did it. He knows them all. He knows the steps. When we go to the concert, he doing the steps. Oh, he knows it. Only thing he's not is up on the stage with them. Bobby calls a whip is 9 p.m. officially movie date night with the boo. See you guys next week. Keep up all the shenanigans, ladies. Love. Thank you, lady. Thank you. Actually, we're about to get get up off of here. Also, we've been on here like 2 hours and 4 minutes. She said, jam, oh, jam. Okay. Girl, he was wearing jupe. I can't. I'm not doing this with you. You are crazy, crazy. But yeah, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get off. Mr. B is next door. I'm gonna see if he's still awake. He came home and took an Epsom salt bath, so he's probably asleep now. But I'm happy you guys came on here and joined me. I will let you guys know about next Friday if we can get everybody from the panel together. I will hopefully know by Sunday or Monday if it's all a go. So then you guys will see it. So we'll have our what am I gonna call it? It is our I'm coming up with some kind of name for it, but we're gonna have our males and our females on our dating panel. So we're gonna get to the juice of what the problem is, what the issue is, and what is wrong with these men out here. They know that they can't date like these millennials. We not built for that. Y'all not built for that. Women of a certain age, we're not built for all of that. So we need to know, how to navigate all these games. And that's the other thing somebody said to me, Christopher. He was like, dating now is like a game, and he said it was like not put a ring on it. What's the Tommy show? What's the show with nephew Tommy on? Ready to Love. He was like, it's like Ready to Love every day. Everybody is playing the game and trying to get to the end. I was like, wow. Wow. Is that what dating is like for a man? That's how he described it. So yes. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. So thank you guys again. Yep. I'm not dealing with y'all. Thank you guys again for coming on with me. I really appreciate it. And I love you guys. To the moon and the back, to the moon and the back, to the moon and back. And appreciate all of you guys for rocking with me. And I will see you next Friday, same time, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, R. Cooper. I enjoyed it also. Oh, thank you, love. Thank you, love, Jules. Thank you. Bye, Tori. Good night, everybody.